want you to talk about why you feel like this is sexy. I just thought that was really interesting how you put that out in your series. But let's talk for a minute about this guy who wrote this, who we think his first name might be Robert, but he chose to be anonymous as he did this. And of course, he also wrote something on the Mandela effect, which we'll get to later in the episode. But some things that were really interesting to me, and I'm just going to read this little section here because so people know, like, what is this pamphlet really actually putting into motion? There's 5 things in this pamphlet that he wants to kind of rip apart. So the fabrication of the historical narrative, which is this is the linchpin. If they can prove this, then that's the only way that this would exist. The Scofield Reference Bible, which I've talked about extensively. The modern church doctrine of futurism. They hate futurism, so they have to trash that. And then, of course, the acceptance and support of the modern state of Israel. And anybody who's been on my channel for any length of time knows that I have a real issue with all the governments of the world. My stance on Israel is the biblical stance, not the political stance. There's a big difference in terminology with political Zionism and
Hmm.
Christian Zionism and all that kind of stuff. And then, of course, the last one is what the Bible says about the timing of the return of Christ, which backs into preterism's corner. So, one of the claims that he mentioned in this book is, and it just was, I was just blown away by it, is that atheists can spot supposed Bible changes better than the scholars. That was mind blowing to me. And I noticed his lack of hermeneutics as well. That's a big thing in my area because obviously I'm premillennial pre-trib. I don't know fully where you stand. I think I have an idea of where you do, but like hermeneutics are a very big deal. And so, anyway, I would love for you to talk a little bit about this fella, and then, like I said, just why you say this is a sexy theology for people.